you feel like you always need the opinions of others before you make any kind of decision, whether that be big or small, you constantly feel like you're asking your friends for advice and you don't listen to your gut and you don't listen to your inner dialogue because you don't trust yourself, you're always doubting your decisions, or do you always feel like you need approval from other people? Do your emotions go up and down at the whim of other people and the people around you, what they say or do? Does that really affect you? Do you feel like you are lacking a sense of self-worth and you don't trust your own judgment? When you ask other people for their opinions, you probably already know what decision that you are going to make deep down in your gut, but you just feel like you just need their opinion just to confirm that you have made the right decision. I was the worst for seeking external validation. I don't think I got it when I was a child. When I was growing up, I would always try and seek external validation from everyone around me. I didn't feel worthy in myself to trust my own judgments, and I didn't have that self-worth that we need to thrive in life. I was so insecure, lacking of any positive self-belief, that I just did not trust myself to make any decisions. I would just constantly seek approval from other people. Got that approval, that would confirm to me that I'm doing something right, I'm well liked, I'm being well received, everything under that bucket. But it puts you in a very dangerous position, because when you are constantly seeking external validation, you can't validate yourself. It puts you in a very vulnerable position because your self-worth always comes from an external source, and that is why you can't validate yourself, because how you feel about yourself is based on how those around you and even strangers feel about you and whether they accept you, whether they like you. So you're placing all your self-worth on outside sources, and you don't know how other people are ever going to react to you. But now I've learned how to validate myself. I am so secure in who I am as a person. I no longer need to ask other people's opinions on whether I'm making the right decision or not. I know my values, I know my worth, I know who I am as a person. I know what I want out of life. I don't seek approval from other people because I can give that to myself. I am a completely different person, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So first of all, you can't be afraid to be alone, and you need to spend some time alone to really get to know yourself really, really well. And you can't get to know yourself while you're surrounded by everybody else, because they are going to all influence you, and you might not realize that. But once you take some time away from everybody, go into a bit of solitude in a healthy way, you can really learn who you are. You can learn what your values are, what you like, what you don't like, what you want out of life, how you react to things, what sort of mindset you have. And you can also work on yourself. You know your intentions. You get to know who you are as a person on the inside. And when you get to know yourself so well, the opinions of others really do not matter, because nobody else will ever live inside your mind. Nobody else will ever live inside your brain. Nobody else has ever experienced your life up until this point, and will never ever experience all the things that you have been through to get to where you are today. So there is only you that can make those judgments about yourself, make those choices that you need to make those decisions, because only you know what you want, how you feel. Only you know your gut feelings. No one else can ever answer a gut feeling for you. You know when you're making a right decision or a wrong decision. And you need to start learning to trust your gut feelings rather than asking everyone else for their opinion, because you already usually know what the right answer is. And how you feel about yourself matters so much more than how other people perceive you and what other people think about you, because again, they do not know your whole story. Only you know your whole story, and you are the only one that is living inside your head forever, from the moment you are born to the moment you die. So the next thing that we can do is really take care of ourselves to start liking who we are. And you need to write a list of all the things that you like about yourself, celebrate everything good about yourself, and then you will also find that there are things that you don't like about yourself so much. What you can do is start improving on those things. Praise yourself more. When you do something right, you need to praise yourself and give yourself the credit that you deserve, because when you have low self-worth and low self-esteem, you don't give yourself that credit that you deserve. You don't celebrate any accomplishments that you have. You just move on to the next thing. So really take time to celebrate all the wins that you've ever had in your life. Really take time to celebrate the fact that you're a good person. Celebrate the fact of all your good values. Celebrate that. Praise yourself. Really start loving yourself for the good qualities in your life. Celebrate your achievements. You probably have a little bit of a gap between where you are now and where you want to get to. So make a list of the person that you want to become and all the steps that you can take to get there. So maybe you want to work on your health and fitness. Maybe you want to work on your mental health. Maybe you want to work on eating healthier. Maybe you want to work on exercising more. Whatever you want to work on, make a plan and make steps to get there, and work on it a little tiny bit at a time. Try and get 1% better each day, so you can see the gap closing from where you are now to the person that you want to be. Don't forget to celebrate the achievements and the very, very, very small steps that you are taking to get there. And you need to recognize the good parts of yourself, because everyone has good parts and bad parts. Celebrate the good parts, recognize them, and then work on the bad parts. Look after yourself, look after your body, look after your mental health. Take care of yourself in a very holistic way. When you start taking care of yourself, you will start valuing yourself more, and you will start to love yourself, and then you will start respecting yourself, which means you will stop craving that external validation, because you are giving that to yourself. One of the good things is practicing positive self-talk. So every time you hear that negative voice in your mind, stop it in its track. Anytime you notice yourself saying anything negative about yourself, stop that thought and replace it with a positive thought about yourself. And you've already wrote a list of all the good qualities that you have. Replace that negative thought with a thought of something positive about yourself, or something in your plan that will get you to that person that you want to be. And if you have made a wrong decision in the past, forgive yourself. We all make mistakes, and that's fine. We all sometimes go against our gut feeling, and that's how we learn to really tune into it and to really trust our gut feeling is showing up the right way. Because when our gut is saying one thing and we do another, it will tell us. And when you go against that, you will learn not to do that again. And the next thing you need to do is stop putting people so much on a pedestal. Nobody is better than you. Nobody is worse than you. We are all human beings, and we all deserve to love ourselves, and we all deserve to be treated with kindness and respect, and to be kind to ourselves. When you put people on a pedestal, you feel like they are better than you, and they are better equipped to give you that validation that you need. But stop doing that. Stop putting people on a pedestal, because nobody is better than you, nobody's worse than you. People are just people. When you see other people as more important than you, you'll always be putting them above you, and then that means that you feel like you are less than and you don't matter as much, and so you should take their opinion over your own, when really your own opinion is the only one that matters to you. And when you also put people on such a high pedestal, you will find yourself people pleasing, because you feel like they are so important. You want them to like you, and so you will just do anything to you'll do anything to try and please them and to get them to like you and to get that external validation from them and to get them to accept you, when really you're going to be doing the opposite. Because when you're a people pleaser and when you're just like craving the attention from other people, they can feel that and it's more of a repellent. And you need to start being really picky about who you surround yourself with, because the people you surround yourself with have a very strong influence on you. And we all know this, but we don't really realize it. So when you learn to accept yourself and when you learn to validate yourself and give yourself that self-worth and that self-love, you will start to become very picky with who you surround yourself with. And you will only surround yourself with people that have the same values as you, the same sort of outlook on life as you, the same mindset as you. So it's actually a good thing to be picky with who you surround yourself with, because you don't want to be surrounding yourself with negative people, people that bring you down, people that you constantly need to feel like you need to impress. Once you start really loving yourself and giving yourself that acceptance, that validation, that self-love, that self-worth, you will just find that you are very picky with who you surround yourself with, who you spend time with, because you find that it's very precious to you and you actually like being alone and you end up liking your own company, because guess what? You like who you are. And you need to also stop caring so much about what other people think about you, because nobody else has walked a mile in your shoes except you. Nobody else has walked a mile in your shoes except you. Nobody else has lived your life. Nobody else is ever in your head. You are the only person that you're going to spend 24/7 with from the minute you are born to the minute you die. And that is why you need to give yourself that validation. You need to give yourself that self-worth. You need to give yourself that love and support and encouragement and praise, and drop the opinions of other people. Because when you are constantly worrying about what other people think about you, you are wanting their validation and you don't need it now, because you've learned to love yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got some value from it. Please watch some of my other videos. I hope you have a wonderful week and I wish you lots of love on your self-love journey, on your self-validation journey, and I will speak to you in the next video.